Well, good morning, Capital City Baptist Church. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, but it's so good to be able to just share a few thoughts again with you. As you can see, I'm a little tied up. I got my books that I'm dealing with, to do my lesson plans for my classes. I have another class in about another half hour, so I'm kind of busy doing that. And as I was getting ready to do these classes, this morning I gave the kids a test, so that was pretty busy and involved. A lot of things going on, a lot of busyness, and as I was reflecting on that, I just kind of took a moment for thought, and I said, we're busy people. We have so many different things that take our attention and our time and whatnot. With me as being a music guy, well, Christmas is always one of the busiest times of the year, and then Easter comes up a very strong second, but I would say at times it's almost as equally busy. Busy, busy, busy. Always busy. And I think to some degree, if I look back at myself, I wonder sometimes just how much of that busyness feeds into my own ego of myself, thinking, if I'm not busy, I'm not really contributing to society. If I'm not busy, I might be looked upon as being someone that doesn't take time for things, or if I'm not busy, I'm not being what I should be. We in America, we live in a society that is always moving, always things happening. And I'm not saying that those things are necessarily a bad thing, but I wonder sometimes, we do this in Christmas time. We're always reflecting and saying, we always need to take time out to remember who this holiday is for. And we say that tongue in cheek because we say it, but we still continue with our busyness. And we don't necessarily take the time to really reflect on what is important and what is the meaning of Christmas. Same thing with Easter. We get busy with musicals. We get busy with this and that and preparations. Are we really taking the time to reflect on the importance of that day? Anyway, all this came to mind because of one thing, this verse. And it says like this: bear one another's burdens and thereby fulfill, listen to this, fulfill the law of Christ. What was the law of Christ? Was it to be busy all the time? Was it to be always having something to do? To have your schedule tied up all the time? Was that what he had in mind? Was that what he wanted from us? No. The Bible tells us that he asked us to love one another as he has loved us. He didn't tell us, and he was not going to be impressed with our schedule being so busy that we forgot the one thing that he did ask us to do most importantly. And that was to, listen again, bear one another's burdens and thereby fulfilling the law of Christ, which is to love one another as he has loved us. Oh, the Lord could have been busy all the time. But you know what? Instead, he bore our burdens. He bore our burdens. And therefore, as believers in Christ, what's more important? To be able to brag about how busy we are all the time, or to be able to say, I am bearing my brother's burdens. Let's remember that that's what's going to count in heaven. Not the busyness of this life, but how we lived our life to bear each other's burdens. We were told to be like Christ. We were told to be just like Christ here on earth. Let's do exactly that. God bless you and thank you for your time. One more thing. In case you're wondering what this shirt is, it's the Buffaloes from the school that I serve at. I love those kids, and I just, on Fridays, I always like to wear my t-shirt so that way my students know that I'm thinking about them. Anyway, have a wonderful day.